For 23 years, I was privileged to have the most stunning honor to be Hirsch's mama. I'll take it and say thank you. I just wish it had been for longer.
Welcome back to America Decides. That was Rachel Goldberg-Polin in Jerusalem yesterday delivering a eulogy for her son Hirsch, who was one of 6 hostages found dead in Gaza. This as Israeli protesters took to the streets in Jerusalem over what they describe as the government's failure to secure a ceasefire and hostage deal. I want to bring in our Imtiaz Tyab from Tel Aviv. Imtiaz, what can you tell us?
Well, Major, as you can see, Israelis have come here to the center of Tel Aviv for a 3rd night of protests following the killings of 6 hostages in Gaza. And they say that Prime Minister Netanyahu is squarely to blame for those killings, and they're calling on him to call for a ceasefire and hostage release deal in Gaza to bring the remaining 100 or so hostages home. But we heard from Prime Minister Netanyahu last night, where he started off with a bit of contrition, asking for, quote, forgiveness for not being able to bring the hostages home alive. And then very quickly he pivoted, being extremely defiant, saying that his plan will not change, that he and the Israeli military will continue their presence in southern Gaza and what's known as the Philadelphia corridor, saying that it was vital that they did that. Now, for Hamas's part, they say that they will not accept any agreement which sees Israeli forces in Gaza anywhere, let alone along the Philadelphia corridor, which is really the border with Egypt. But as you can see behind me, so many Israelis so angry and in so much pain and are just desperate for the war in Gaza to end and for the hostages to come home. Major.
On the scene for us, as always, Imtiaz Tyab, thank you very much. I want to bring in the managing director of the Washington Institute for Near East Policy, Michael Singh. It's great to see you, Michael. Explain to the audience Netanyahu's political calculations. He sees the protests, but he also knows he has a coalition government that if he moves in the direction that the protesters are urging, begging, shouting at him to move, his government is likely to fall. True?
Well, I think that's right. He's obviously dealing with a war which has been going on for almost a year. And so you have protesters on the streets who I think are saying, look, at this point, we have accomplished all we're going to accomplish militarily, and our priority needs to be on getting our fellow citizens home. And the killing of, the brutal killing of those 6 hostages in the tunnels under Rafah just recently, I think sort of brings home the idea that you have perhaps still dozens of Israelis there. If you can get them out, let's get them out.
And they were, if I read correctly, Michael, probably among those who would have been released in earlier iterations of a ceasefire hostage release agreement.
That's right. They could very well have been on the list of those to be released in a first phase of a hostage deal. Obviously, we can't know.
Can't know that for sure.
But then you're right. He has major folks on the other side in his coalition, you know, in his own party.
Hard-right coalition government.
Exactly. Hardliners who say, look, at the end of the day, we need to make sure that we essentially brook no compromise with Hamas. We can't allow something like October 7th, those terrible attacks which took place, to ever happen again. And that means ensuring an outcome that essentially destroys Hamas.
Talk to our audience about what Imtiaz referred to, this Philadelphia corridor. It's a new term. I wasn't familiar with it until about 48 hours ago. Probably I should have been. Why is it important, and is it the most important sticking point or just one of many?
Well, it's one of many sticking points, but it's a very important one. It's important because the Philadelphia corridor is a narrow strip of land between the Gaza Strip and Egypt. It's essentially meant to be a demilitarized zone in the Egypt-Israel peace treaty. When Israel initially withdrew from Gaza in 2004, it was controversial then whether Israel should remove its troops from that corridor because there was a lot of worry that arms would flow from Egypt through that corridor into Gaza and Hamas could arm. Now, Israel ultimately withdrew its forces from that corridor, and that's exactly what happened. You know, we do believe...
Arms did flow in.
Arms did flow in. We believe that actually this is how Hamas was able to assemble this massive armament it used on October 7th. And Netanyahu is under a lot of pressure to assure that that never happens again. But again, you have to balance that against all the other considerations like the release of hostages.
And when you take a look, Michael, at these long-running ceasefire, hostage exchange negotiations, do you have any shred of optimism?
I don't have much optimism, and it's because even though we're talking now about the divisions within Israel over what to prioritize, and we've seen some divisions between the U.S. and Israel, there's another party here, and that's Hamas. And it seems as though Yahya Sinwar, the leader of Hamas, is really the one party in the region who is content to see this war go on. And until we see from Hamas a desire for a ceasefire, these discussions about prioritization are academic.
And explain to our audience, if you can, Michael, and it's a hard thing to explain, that belligerence from the leader of Hamas inflicts untold damage on Palestinian civilians who are not fighters in Hamas, all manner of destruction of infrastructure and things essential to the lives of those non-combatant civilians. And yet, do they sort of tolerate it, or do they have no choice?
Well, look, I think the leadership of Hamas, in fact, welcomes it. I think they see the international pressure building on Israel. The trade-off is suffering amongst Palestinians. And, you know, Yahya Sinwar, the leader of Hamas, I think doesn't care about suffering amongst Palestinians. Palestinian people themselves are living with guns to their head. You know, they're obviously in a state of war, but they're also living under intimidation from Hamas. And they haven't had a leadership for decades now, which has really represented them well, represented them responsibly there.